everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Simply Fujica. This is a place for people wanting to start their own home care business, for aspiring and budding entrepreneurs, and for business leaders. Business leaders, I have another one for you. Today we are discussing career stallers. The reason why I framed this channel the way that it is a lot of the skills that you pick up working in corporate and office environments are the same skills that you need to successfully apply your business. So when you're on that job site or when you have that position, you don't have time to mess around. Each and every day is building your professional portfolio that you will take for bigger heights. We've all been there. Where you start that new job, you're excited, but little by little that excitement wears off and you're wondering what's next. And then next never comes, and then you start having conversations. You think you're ready for promotion, maybe the other side doesn't. You start seeing people go into positions that you don't think are qualified, or you may think that you could do a better job. Guys, don't go down that lane. The only thing that's doing is putting out negative energy. What you can do is avoid these three traps that we're getting ready to discuss. The first career staller is not learning new skills or overly relying on one skill. A good way to combat this is to take on stretch assignments. The first professional job that I had, I spent almost 10 years working there. And although I was able to work myself up through the ranks, I never really acquired any additional skills. And so towards the end, when I took on a stretch assignment, I was able to kind of break outside of the norm and really make myself marketable for the next position that I ended up applying for. That was a very valuable lesson for me. 10 years is a long time to spend on one job. And I'm not saying you can't spend 10 years on one job, but make sure that when you're moving, you're strategically placing yourself where you can learn more skills. This is going to make you more marketable when you decide that you are ready for those next steps. I also want to talk about depending on one skill. Guys, those days of having one thing that you're really known for, I hate to say it, but unless someone is looking for that particular niche, or someone really is missing that skill and they're just looking for it, most people are required to wear multiple hats and to perform multiple duties. That requires multiple skill sets. There are several ways of going about building your skill set. You can take classes. You can learn a new skill. You can shadow someone that works with you, but maybe in a different capacity than you. Make sure that every year you create goals for yourself, you also acquire a new skill. The second career staller is low emotional intelligence. Now guys, we all have worked with someone that, when you got around them, you kind of walked on eggshells because you didn't want them to go off. Or you kind of hold off having a conversation with someone because they're always negative. If you feel that way, can you imagine if a lot of other folks feel that way, especially people that are in a position to hire you, promote you, or take your career to the next level? The best way to combat this is to learn how to manage your emotions. Notice I said manage them. It's not realistic to think that you're always going to be happy, everything's always perfect. It's not. But the sooner you learn how to manage through your emotions, the better your career will be and the better your personal brand will be overall. The third career staller that I have for you is not being strategic. I remember a few years back a senior executive telling me to think more global. And I remember leaving that conversation feeling like, what are they talking about? Think more global. So I actually started doing research on how do you think globally? How do you become more strategic? Guys, it changed my life because each and every issue, concern, problem that you have, if you think about it on a grander scale, whenever you're tasked with a big project or you are collaborating with someone on a new initiative, you really want to have a strategy behind how you're approaching those types of things in order to make sure that, number one, you've thought out the process from beginning to end, you're anticipating any roadblock. Then you start building your brand as a strategic thinker. And guys, that's never going to hurt your career or business. So guys, those are my 3 steps. But I also have some additional tips to help complement those steps. First tip I have for you is make sure you have a strong personal tribe. These are the people that you can laugh with, but you also trust with your career. Trust for advice, to receive constructive feedback, for them to really give you a good, honest opinion about next steps in your career. These are the people that are going to motivate you when others don't. These are the people that can highlight your strengths even when sometimes you can't. It's really important to have a strong, trustful tribe to help you navigate your career. The second tip I have for you was already mentioned in the video, but just always developing new skills. Now, there's different levels or layers to that. Look into your benefit package. Is tuition covered? Are classes covered? What kind of development is available for you at your current job that you're working? Also look into having stretch assignments. Assignments that really pull you out of your comfort zone, but that will help you develop that professional toolkit that we talked about earlier. And you never know, there might be a hidden talent that you uncover during one of these stretch assignments. Also, take advantage of your social media platforms. Platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook all have groups, trainings, different free activities that will help you boost your skill set. The third tip I have for you is look for a mentor or coach. And listen, sometimes this doesn't have to be a professional arrangement. If there's a mentoring program at your job, wonderful. See if you can take part in it. You can also look to people that you admire and how they do business. See if they're interested in mentoring you. You could also always hire a professional coach, even if it's not me, really just hiring someone from the outside who has a non-judgmental voice that can help propel you to those next steps. Okay guys, that's all I had on this topic. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a topic that comes up a lot. People really just feel stagnant and they don't know what those next steps are. So make sure you don't fall into those career stallers. And remember, your career is your responsibility. Don't look for people to take care of you. You really have to know how to advocate for yourself.